Hey, journeyman. This is Hero's Journey with Dr. D here to encourage, motivate, to inspire, and to educate, helping you get beyond your first move and create Hero's Rant. And it's a live series. It's a live that I'm doing Hero's Rant about a current situation that we have recently had amongst the community of stars. Who pray tell? Will Smith and Chris Rock. Well, one was the aggressor and one was not the aggressor, but responded in eloquent fashion to being popped, slapped, smacked, hit, backhand, open hand, while millions and millions of people are watching. Can you figure? Let me show you a clip and now I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna show you a clip. I'm gonna show you exactly what happened. It don't make no kind of sense. No kind of sense whatsoever. This again, I say this is a Hero's Rant. Check it out. There we go. I gotta get it propped up first.
All right. That was Max one. Okay. I'm out here. Uh-oh, Richard. Wow. Will Smith.
And that's what happened. You know, they paused this thing.
Oh, okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay. Okay. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane.
All right. Y'all see that? Let me cut this thing off. He smacked the mess out of him. You know, I didn't see the whole clip earlier, but I did see. I did see them. Chris actually started off. I mean, he said the joke, um, and then he backed off, but he didn't think that Will was coming up to smack him. He thought he was going to maybe just take. That's why his ball is not because she's trying to make a fashion statement, as I once thought. I did a little further research into the matter, and I don't think really that what has happened is when he smacked him, what it was to think about just that one time. I think it was a buildup of other things that are happening internally and externally. On that, a lot of times people deal with things personally. They deal with things personally to themselves. But I guess when everybody knows your name, I guess when everybody knows your face, it's not that easy to hide. And eventually things will come to the surface. Now, unfortunately for Will Smith, they came on the surface to the whole world. I have recently heard about anger and forgiveness. Forgiveness as a direct link to anger, and anger being the internal assassin. They start to take you bit by bit, but the bits that are are taken apart are not seen visually. They're internalized, and generally start to surface as they surface with Will Smith. They surface on national television, on international television. It's not just national; it's international television. Frustration, like I started. But who's to say that he was Will was actually having a beef with anybody? except at that moment. And that may just have been his outlet of frustration and coming out openly. Recently, I had a loved one of mine, a friend of mine that passed, and I'm doing a deep dive into the regulation of emotions, and I realized that some are not at the capacity to handle or to deal with emotions uh, like others. I think like most people, unfortunately, we tend to deal with emotions as we've taught by our mentors and our parents. And our parents have done the best they could with what they had and what they have. Unbeknownst to them, that we'll emulate or do things the exact same way. Because a lot of things that parents do are very unconscious in fashion. And that's why I say that it it really it goes without saying that we really need to take more time with ourselves, observing ourselves internally as well as externally, but more internally, so we can hear what we think about, what we're thinking about, and why we do the things that we do. And if the things that we do are affecting others in the way that in a way that they should not be affecting them, meaning that if they're affecting others negatively and they're affecting you negatively, I think we need to reevaluate our actions. And as we reevaluate our actions, we need to change the paradigm or change the program. I think, unfortunately, some people have drunk the Kool Aid, ate the cookie, and bought the program. Own it, keep it shelled, and use it from time to time, not paying attention of the consequences of their actions, of abiding by the old program in which was inserted into the subconscious through their upbringing. Now, with our upbringing, eat the meat and spit out the bones. But then the question comes, when do you spit out the bones? Is when you take time with yourself, take time to yourself, and think about what you're thinking about, and evaluate yourself on a daily, not a weekly or monthly or yearly. Those are good as well, but on a daily, to see who you affect. Because really, the person you affect the most is yourself. And when you affect yourself the most, you can't help but affect others who are close to you. And if you do not take heed, those things that are affecting you will affect others and will be seen by the world. And then they will know that something's eating you beyond that smile, beyond the good structure, beyond the articulation in your voice, the nice suits. Someone will see that you're not all perfect that I thought you were. Not that the person thought that they was perfect. And I think, according to Will Smith's book, nothing's about that to say he's perfect. He said he's just trying to he's he's trying to fight the demons inside. He's trying to make better. He he always he walked a certain way to hit a certain plateau. But I didn't have not read the book, but the excerpts I've heard that are very in depth and very transparent. And those things start to come to the surface and they're not dealt with in a proper fashion. And I think he may have dealt with those things, but then you're still living life. And then you live with someone who's dealing with an ailment, and that ailment that they may be dealing with. If you love that person, if you're connected with that person, no matter if you believe or you agree with their terms of their marriage or their relationship, but if you're connected to that person, then when that person is affected, you are affected. Now, the way we respond to how we affected is the thing that you need to evaluate, because so often we react instead of respond. He reacted. He smiled. He kept decorum when he made the joke. When Chris Rock made the joke, which everybody assumed that everything would be all right. If but Chris Rock actually responded in right, no, Will Smith responded in a way when he heard the joke. He smiled, kept a good look. But when the but I guess when it, it got deep inside, or it triggers something in them. People assume that when a person going through trauma, traumatic stress, is that is always something dealing with war. No, no, no. Trauma goes far beyond war. The war that people experience in Ukraine, Afghanistan, World War One, Two, Vietnam, it goes beyond that. Some people are dealing with war every day they get up. Every day they search their refrigerator and there's nothing there. Every day they go out to the school bus and has to avoid random gunshots. Every day they see their mother being mistreated or their father mistreated or father not even there. They're dealing with war of life. Life is hard. But the question is, how will you live the life you've been given? How would you deal with the war that you're experiencing? Are you frustrated? How do you deal with your frustration before it becomes resentment or before it becomes bitterness or Lord forbid, before it becomes rage? And let's not let it become that last one. Anger, the internal assassin, killing you from the inside out, bit by bit, word by word, that triggers the monster that lies within. We all have one. But will it be that one word that brings it out? That one phrase? Or in Chris Rock's case, that one joke that makes the monster come alive? I think frustration. We're all frustrated to a certain extent. But how do you deal with it? Any comments about my statements or what I said, please put it. Please put any comments in the comment section, and I will respond to them. And I supposed to be doing another video, not a live one, but feature video prior to my live on 9 p.m. Eastern time. My recap, update, and Q&A. So this is a Hero's Rant with Dr. D. If you find any value in this content, go ahead, give me a help you so we can help others by giving thumbs up and commenting, subscribing, and sharing. Because when you do that, you help me gradually go up and make it better tomorrow, today. If you don't remember anything else from this Hero's Rant, remember this. Every day you get a vertical, make it your goal in life to always move forward. Always. Irregardless of the things that you experience, even irregardless of the things that you have done in the era or in the face of millions, always look forward and never live in the past. This is a hero journey. The Dr. D. We are. Ouch. Wanna move my feet.